All right, and we're live again. How's it going, everyone? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. I call myself, because if I don't do that, I can't wait for someone to call me that. I got my Starbucks ready. And let's do a little oil painting session. One of those fun ones. Let me get some more oil right here. Look, it's like making tepan food. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna get my trusted little charcoal pencil, whatever this is. And also, if you are finding any awesomeness from here, please share the love. Share it with your buds. Share it with I don't know. Share it on your page. Some people might actually learn a thing or two from here, or learn something not to do. Anyways, I'm going to do a landscape, sort of like a field with cows and all sorts of awesomeness. So let's go. Let's do their horizon. Okay? Sort of like a ranch or something. I don't know. I want to put some clouds right here. Let's doodle. Doodle is the way to go. Okay? It's doodling. Let's put a cow right here. There's going to be a cow right here. Now, in this doodle, the cows and whatever I'm doing, it really has to do more with very simple stuff. Okay, if you're doing this type of artwork like I am, and you get stuck on, did I do the horn right? If this is a bull, or is that? If you get stuck on that, this is not the thing that this thing is about. Okay? Just saying. So what I'm going to start with is, you can do this either way, but I'm going to start like this. I'm going to start with the cows. Okay? And very simple. Wham! There it is. Why? I don't know. It just feels right, right? It just feels right. There's a certain feel to it. Now you can do this slower again, okay? This is not the end all be all, guys. This is not just because I do it like this doesn't mean that this is the right way of doing it or the only way of doing it. This is how I do it, because I realize that doing it this way allows me to concentrate on the overall as opposed to independently looking for the right cloud and the right, So I'm really looking for the whole thing. And looking at the whole thing is challenging, because in painting we're taught to just concentrate on an area, finish that, do it right, whatever the hell that means, and then moving on to the next area, right? And there's different ways of painting, of course. My way is not, it's not my way or the highway. There's different ways of painting, and it doesn't have to be one way or another, but this is how I do it. This is how I do it. This is what works for me. This is how I enjoy painting. It's very challenging. It's not easy, because you kind of have to put your ego aside. It's not very easy to do sort of intuitive painting. I want to go back there, and I want to look like a fool. And I want to be able to make those cows look right, pleasing to the eye. But I want to go beyond that as well. I want to be able to create truth, and truth for me, right? Not truth as but truth for me. What is truth? Veritas. I want to paint something that is true, not just the reality that we are. Has been imposed to us as artists, and we impose to the viewer as well. And I think that there's many ways to skin this. This is just one way. That's why we have so much fun when we look at artwork, right? When we look at different types of artwork, we have so much fun, because it lets us know that there is no single one way. At least it communicates that. We see paintings by Goya and we're like, oh my God, look at that. And then we see paintings by Norman Rockwell, and it's a completely different approach, right? And so who is an artist, you know? If we go to like, well, you know, Goya is a better artist because, you know, blah, blah, or Rockwell's a better artist, or if we do that, we don't appreciate the different voices. It's voices, really, that's what it is. It's a different way of looking at things. That's the way I like to see it anyways. It's voices. It's, they're essentially saying the same message, the human condition, right? But it's done through different phones, right? Different channels, but essentially it's the same thing, right? It's just different voices. That's what I think, anyways. So what I like to do is I like to see the whole painting. You know, like I mentioned, the whole painting. If I get stuck on the clouds, I will not be able to see the whole painting. And this is one of the ways that has worked for me over and over, is that I close my eyes a little bit, not close them, but hi, Bonnie. Kind of squint my eyes, right? And I don't do it for the reason many artists do it. I know that many artists, and I used to do it for that reason. Many artists do it because it's easier to see the values, right? It's easier to see the contrast and the darkness and the where the light and the dark are, and essentially the values, right? I don't do it for that reason. The reason I do it is because I want to be able to see the whole image. And when I just enough, right? I know that Clint used to do something similar, and they showed it also in a movie. He used to use glass with water. I do it just by squinting my eyes a little bit, and then you're able to see the whole thing. It's not, many people think that it's because of filters. I also think that that's one of the misconceptions that a lot of people have on Vermeer, that they think we tend to think that it's done because the camera oscura or whatever, the way that he portrayed light. It was just done because of that, right? Because he wanted to use a sort of like a modern day filter, what we use in Snapchat or or Photoshop today. I think it went beyond that. I think personally, right? I don't know if this is true or not. I base it on nothing. I just base it on personal experience of being an artist. So I don't have a real explanation for it. I just think that artists develop voice, not filters. It's a voice, and the voice is not a filter. And I think that a lot of people get caught on that. They get caught up on thinking that the artist paints little lines, and then the other artist paints, and we think it's filters, but it's not filters. It's beyond that. I think the artist is looking for how can I treat this whole vastness, and how can I treat it as a whole? Because it is a whole. Once you encapsulate it, to put it in those words, in a canvas, right? It's like putting a genie in a bottle. I refer to that, right? Once you do that, now you're treating it as a whole. You are no longer treating it in segments. And this is one of the things I tell artists a lot. Make sure you learn how to see the image as a whole. It's, in my opinion, it's what separates the youngsters with the big boys. The big boys learn how to see the image completely. And I've seen that over and over with artists who develop not just a style, but a voice that goes beyond depicting or representing. It's a little bit more philosophical, but not in the sense of something we can't understand. In the contrary, it's something that we can understand. So this is just a mild, loose representation, but nevertheless, it's there. So if it's there, it needs to be honored, right? It needs to be honored. Not by the viewer, by the artist. The viewer can choose that, but the artist has no choice. The artist either honors what he or she is doing, or doesn't. And it is the only, I believe it is the salvation of the artist. And I know it sounds weird, like the salvation. Yes, it's what gets you out of your head as an artist. Is the honoring of what is there. So, hi Nora, thank you so much for joining in. So this is just one of many ways that this can be done. And there we go. Here's a little thing that I like to do here and there. This is something that I picked up when looking at Dali, which is create sort of like a very simple aura around around anything, right? Very simple, almost. You see? It defines, and at the same time it separates. It does more than it's very simple. It is there to create a feeling as opposed to represent. It is more for that purpose. Okay? So something like that, guys. And this is, of course, once again, this is Jose Trujillo. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I will show you the end result. As my phone likes to say, I'm hitting. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And till next time. Oh, let me do a. That's my son Monet. Being part of the gig. All right, guys. Take care. I will be showing you some new artwork very soon again. Bye bye.